Am I audible? Hello. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Yeah. So, have you all guys revised the concept that we have learned yesterday? Good morning. Video stuck for everyone. Dipanshu, please refresh your page. Yeah. All right. All right, Hariharan. So, how are you all guys feeling till now? We have almost completed the major part of the prerequisites. Today and tomorrow will be the last lecture, and from the Monday we'll start the actual lecture. Okay? For everyone, there is no audio. Am I audible? Okay, Dipanshu, please refresh your page because everyone else is can hear me and will see me. Okay? Okay. So let me connect my tab. We'll quickly start. Okay. All right. Fine. ठीक है. Just give me 1 minute. I'll upload the slides that we are looking for today. ठीक है? Just 1 minute. And in the meanwhile, can you all guys can confirm like yesterday I gave some softwares to you, right, for installation purpose. Have you all guys installed that? है ना? Okay. So I'll also give one more software today. Okay. uh, and you have to like meanwhile you have to install that, and if you guys face any kind of challenges, we'll resolve that tomorrow class in tomorrow's class. Okay, tomorrow's session is completely doubt session. You can ask me anything tomorrow, you know. And if you need any kind of help regarding installation part, I'll help you out. Mostly it won't be the case because every steps are mentioned clearly, whether you are using Mac, Linux, or Windows. Okay. Okay, all done except Node. Good. How to install Node in Linux? We'll see that. Okay. So see, what I did is like yesterday's class was pretty much a lot of guys had some problems, so have to resolve that. You know. So meanwhile, what I did, I gave the softwares to you. So meanwhile, our process would not be stopped. You know, our process should not be stopped, and you have to we have to complete each and every part, irrespective of what. Okay. But the thing is, you have to be clear with the concepts. That is all I wanted. You know. Okay. So I'll give it. I'll give every information about this, guys. Pratyush, everyone, just hold on for a minute. Today's class is pretty much of the installation part only. Okay, so we'll look on that. But okay, okay. So let me just first tell you what we have learned in the yesterday's class, and till now what we have covered. Okay. So yeah, before that, and has anyone question for me? Like, do you want me to ask any kind of question? Any kind of question would be fine with me. Meanwhile, I'll just do my tab work. Operating system is Windows 7. Okay, so for Windows 7, I'm not sure VS Code would work or not, but there has to be some no click some part for that. Let me just see it whether you can run that or not. Windows 7 VS Code. I guess so. It I think it should work. No, no, it should work. Manoj, it should work on Windows 7 as well. May I know where is the link for software which we have to download? Okay, Mac, I will give it again for tomorrow for today's class. Okay, Mac OS, yeah, quickly install. Rahul, working on Windows 7. Yeah, Manoj, it should work. You can check again. Okay, interpreter and compiler, I will explain again. Functional programming has class and objects. You are asking that. See, in the functional programming, there are functions. So you are just focusing about the class behavior, not class data. So objects is somewhat different thing that would not come into this part. But you can implement those things like in the ops concept thing in the functional programming. So don't worry about it. If you don't mind, can you please explain your job role in the current organization? Yeah, I'll do that, Nikhil. So see, Nikhil, what I do is right now I'm associated with many organizations. Okay, so I don't do just one task. I'm associated with many organizations. And in the previous thing, I like right now I'm doing like full stack one developer, and also I'm working as like DSA instructor over there. Okay, so any kind of thing regarding the DSA or regarding any kind of concept regarding system design or so, I'm the one who is responsible for that, for the project architecture and all. So my major task is now lead level. Okay, so I'm doing that part. And apart from that, in the past also, as I explained, I have worked on different kind of domains, and I cannot reveal those particular names of the company, but you can relate it with that because those are a very well known unicorn startups. I have worked on that product based things as well. Okay, so it could be a food delivery app. I have also worked on food delivery app. I have worked on wallet app. I've worked on the shopping apps. So all those kind of things I have worked on till now. And right now my role is like full stack developer. I'm working as a mon stack developer, which you are right now learning about Node and Express. You are not focusing on full stack like a front end thing, like just like React or so. But I'm doing that. So apart from React, you are pretty much learning the same thing what I do in my organization. Yeah, I'll share my LinkedIn profile. You can search me on LinkedIn as well. You know? Yeah, I'm using Brave browser. See, Priyanshu, Brave browser has some some advanced thing which Chrome doesn't have, because Chrome will track your particular history. Chrome will track your location and all. They will show ads based on your search history, based on your cookies. Okay, but Brave doesn't do that. If you open YouTube as well, Brave don't show ads, or any kind of ads would not be visible in the Brave browser. So it's pretty much simple and smooth experience, and it's based on Chromium. So pretty much the same thing what you are experiencing in a Chrome. I'm using Mac OS version. Is it enough for the course? Yeah, it's enough. But Brave did the fraud stealing data in past. No, I'm not aware about that, Rahul. Brave is no. I think so. Who found the Brave? I just have to look on that. Brave. It's a very well-known thing. If you can see, like, okay, creator of JavaScript is the creator of Brave as well. Okay? The creator of JavaScript is Brendan Itz. He founded the JavaScript and co-founder of Mozilla as well. The Brian Bondi is also one of the major foundation part of the Brave browser. So don't worry about it. It's a safe browser. At the end of the course, if time permits, can you walk us through the system design techniques? Uh, See, Satvik, it's a really big topic, system design topics, but we'll cover that in future sessions. So in the DSA and system design lectures, we'll surely cover that, Satvik. But for now, we have to skip that. To become full stack developer, do we need to learn cloud as well in front and back end is enough? See, if you have the cloud exposure, such as like I have exposure in AWS and Azure, you know. So if you do that, that will be advanced thing which you can do that. But it's not necessary that you have to work on the deployment part. But you have, then it would be like a really good part. They did in past. They confess to promise not to do again. Okay, Rahul, I'm not aware about it. But majorly in my organization and many of my friends, they are using the pretty much same thing. Like they will not use Chrome because there are many security concerns that we have. In my mobile phone also, I use Brave only because I have a lot of passwords and that is stored on the Brave. Yeah, Brave blocks ad. Yeah, correct. Okay. Anything else apart from this that you want me to ask? Like that you want me to speak on? Shell scripting is important for backend. Yeah, it's important. So we did not receive notes. Okay, I have already shared Nana with Anshul. I'll confirm that they will surely share with you. Let me just tell him now only. I have I have shared my feedback to them. They will tell you, like they will share it with you. Yeah, yeah, it's there, right? Okay, so please watch that. Okay, download option is disabled in the link you provided yesterday. Okay, Daljit, I will see it today. Yesterday I gave you because you will not waste your time in installing part. Okay, don't worry. Okay, so cool. So we'll first start with the compilers and interpreters, which many of you have no have some doubt on that. So see, what interpreter is? Interpreter is a translator, and it will just translate just one statement of a program at a time into machine code or binary code. Whereas the compiler scan the entire program and translate the whole of it into machine code. है ना? So interpreter takes very less time to analyze. है ना? So am I clear with this? है ना? Am I clear with this? Am I audible now? Am I audible now? Okay, okay. Previously I was not audible. Okay, okay. ठीक है. So I was explaining that about the compiler and interpreter. I will explain again then. See, the main difference between the compiler and the interpreter is this. Like compilation, compile. Am I audible now? Still, it's not audio. Am I audible? People, please refresh your page if you are not able to listen because everyone else can listen. Okay. So I was telling that the compiler will scan the whole code, whole program in one go, whereas the interpreter will translate your program one state. Like it will take one statement, it will translate that, and it will move to another statement. Okay, so it will do the interpretation interpreter like this only, like one by line will be done in the interpreter, whereas in the compiler you can have your output at one go, like entire file would be converted in the one shot. So I took the example yesterday about the book translation. So if I have a book in any other language such as Russian language, I want to convert that in English language, then interpreter would be the best, like compiler would be the best example in this, because I can convert entire book into the English language book in one go. I cannot convert two chapters now and remaining eight chapters would be in the future. I cannot do that because that would not make any sense, right? So in the interpreter, so that was the example of the no the compiler. But if I can take the example of the interpreter, then if I am speaking in English, someone is not understanding the English, so there is some translator, there is an interpreter in between of in between us. He will understand my language like English, and he will understand Hindi as well. So he will convert my English language into Hindi language line by line. He will not first take entire input from my side, and then he will translate. He will translate line by line. So that is an example of the interpretation. Okay. So the compiler, am I audible now? Everyone else, please please refresh the page. Whoever is not having voice or so. You know? Okay. So and the main advantage of compiler is its execution time, but nowadays it's negligible because of increased hardware capability. So you'll not find any problem or anything in the in the process timing, because compiler and interpretation would anyway take same time now. But previously it was taking much time in the case of interpreter. Okay. You don't need interpreter, because like you need interpreter in order to like translate your input, and to generate some output and machine code which machine will understand. Okay, Vishal, that is why you need interpreter. That is the main advantage of that. Am I clear with this up to this point? Those people who have some difficulties in listening to me, please refresh the page, because everyone else can listen to my voice. Okay. So I'm just creating a poll. Please participate in that. It's true for understood, no false for not. Okay. Yeah, I said the exact thing, that there is not much huge difference in that, Hariharan. One doubt, are we don't have the translator in compiler? You have the translator in compiler as well, but what the compiler will do, compiler will execute entire program. Like if I have a program of 50 lines, then it will execute, like it will convert your 50 lines into your binary code, irrespective of you have error or not. Suppose if you have error in 49th of line, it will anyway convert those things as well. But if in the response, it will show that in the line number 49 and in line number 10 you have some errors. Okay. But it will convert entire program. But in case of interpreter, once you reach line number 10, it will stop, because in the at the line number 10 you have your error. Okay. So it will not move further. That is the main difference between interpreter and compiler, because compiler will scan entire program, interpreter will do line by line. If you have error, then it will stop then. Okay. Cool. Yeah, welcome. Compiler compiles the entire program. Why we using interpreter? See, Hariharan, it's depend on the language, which type of language you are using. Okay. So if you are working in JavaScript, then they are using interpreter. Okay. There is no logic like why they are using interpreter, why they are using compiler. We will not go into that. Okay. But this is the thing that is required. Like you can use compiler as well, you can use interpreter as well. It depend on the language developer. Okay. This, it's not on our hand, right? But now you can understand that both would do anyway the your job, like converting your program to machine code and execute in the recipe. Okay. Okay. uh yeah, it depends on the requirement. Okay, let me show you one more thing. Just a minute. Okay, so we'll start the today's thing, like today's lecture. And yeah, before that, whatever we have learned in yesterday's class, we'll just quickly revise that. We have what we have learned. We have learned the paradigms, different kind of paradigms we have looked on, है ना? And then we have also looked on the main concept, that was our ops concept, the main pillars of that. Like in the ops concept, we have learned about the class, we have learned about the objects. Please watch this class if you have not, है ना? And we have also seen the four pillars. Correct? Correct. Yeah, yeah, Sri Harsha, we have looked on four pillars as well, है ना? First was the abstraction. Can you guys help me, which was the second? Okay, yeah, inheritance is also there. Yeah, encapsulation, perfect. And which was the fourth? Polymorphism, right? Correct. Okay, so we have looked on this point. We have also looked upon the parallel programming. Inside that, we have also looked on like what is batch programming. If you are eating alone pizza, then it would be example of the batch programming, because you will eat entire like eight slice. You will eat one slice at a time. You will not eat eight slice at a time. Okay. And the example of parallel programming is the party one. Like you, eight-person will eat eight slice altogether. You know, right? Next, we have looked upon is like functional programming, and also we have looked upon which was the fourth, data-driven programming. Okay. Okay, and yeah, we have also looked upon in the paradigms. We have also looked upon the parallel programming as well. Sorry, procedural programming, procedure paradigm, and OOPS paradigm, and all this we have looked upon in the previous lecture. Okay, we stopped our lecture at JavaScript, so we'll start today's lecture in from this point only. You know, see if we have covered this point yesterday only, we didn't have much task today because today's class is more about the installation part. You know, so we'll focus on this today more so that we'll also write a JavaScript first program, your first JavaScript program today. Okay, sounds good. Okay, ठीक है ना? Cool. Okay, so we had stopped from which point? Yeah, so I'll upload that file. uh, 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 okay, so yeah, see, I'll do one thing in the JavaScript. Let's start with the JavaScript now, the actual JavaScript which we wanted. Okay, just a minute. Okay, so this was your yesterday slide, and we had stopped from which one? Mm-mm-mm. Yes, this one. Okay, okay, okay. So this entire thing what we have looked upon till now, like we'll just revise that. JavaScript is a programming language that enables developers to create interactive pages. Okay, so what is the interactive pages? That is like suppose we have given the example of static page, right? So if you see Wikipedia, so Wikipedia is the best example of the static page. You can just read the content, you cannot interact with that. But instead of that, if you open the LinkedIn, or if you open the Facebook, like if I open Facebook, if I open LinkedIn, then my pages would be like my screen would be different somewhat from you see, because my feed is different, my login is different, so obviously I will see the different thing what you are saying. That is the best example of the dynamic thing. Okay, so this depend on it depends on the person. Like if PM Modi opens Wikipedia, he will see the same thing. If you and me open Wikipedia, we also see the same thing. है ना? So it is example of dynamic thing. That is why we use the JavaScript in order to make the interactive pages. ठीक है? It is commonly used as a part of web pages. ठीक है? Now, what is this called as lightweight? Like JavaScript is lightweight, we have learned, but what does this mean? है ना? So see, in the internal part, of your any language, it will internally use some resources of your system. You know, suppose if I take the example of Java or Android Studio, then you have heard of the like whoever opens Android Studio, his computer would be entirely lagging, and it would be heat lot. Okay, why? Because the softwares would no, they are heavy softwares, they are called heavy software, so they will use more resources of their computer, of their system. Okay, but in case of JavaScript, they will use very less resources. That is why it is called as lightweight. and it can be interpreted in object oriented manner. Like we already looked upon that JavaScript is like scripted language, so it will use, like we can also implement the object oriented thing like oops concept in that. Okay. Initially it was called LiveScript or ECMAScript, but then it was converted into the JavaScript. Why? We looked upon that yesterday, है ना, है ना? And JavaScript JavaScript can also be used as a server-side language, and it allows the developers to make interactive thing and non-standard web applications. So it will also use as a backend part. For example, Node.js. Then, है ना? And we'll see why we use Node.js, why we don't use any other tool or any other library in today's class. Okay. Now, what are the features of a lightweight? Jasleen, the lightweight I have already told you that you can, for now you can understand that part, that see Android Studio and Chrome also, like if you open Chrome with 100 tab, your computer would somewhat, using more memory. The fan would work in the more efficiency, and you will experience lag also in your computer. Your computer will heat. Why this things is happening to you? Because they are using more resources, they are using more bandwidth, they are using your RAM, they are occupying your memory space. So those all kind of things is internally it is occupying. If you want to see that, you can just open your task manager in your Windows machine, and in the Apple, in the Mac machine, you can open your system manager, so that you can see the what kind of task it is running in background, and you can see how much memory they are occupying. So that is why JavaScript is not doing that. So that is why it's called lightweight. This is what I mean. है ना? So with how more functions, okay, I will look into that functions in the functions lecture, Subit. No, not cover it by today because we are just running the JavaScript for now. Okay. Okay. In the next part, the JavaScript can also be used as a client side, and this programming language is commonly used for web apps that we already know. The web is not the static HTML as we have, as I have explained. The document can be include interactive softwares such as, like, you can include your animations, or you can include some fade in fade out moment. So all those kind of things you can include in JavaScript. Validations also can be built on that. Okay. Uh, and one more thing, JavaScript is a programming language that enables programmers to create interactive and non-static web apps, like dynamic web apps, and it serves the third layer of the web. What is the third layer of web? We have seen that in the three-tier architecture. You know? So in the first layer, like this is the client side, this is the server side, this is the database. Okay. So in the from the client side, you will make a request to server. This is a client. This is a server. Will make the request to the server. The server will make the process. It will ultimately fetch some data from the database. Database will give the data to the server, and it will return to the client. This is what we mean by the client server architecture. If you read more about it, you can just search about client server architecture. Okay. So if you request this thing to the server, it will in the from the server you will get the HTML, and in this HTML you are imposing in the client browser. That is why you are seeing web apps. Okay. Okay. Now, yeah, request response. Okay. Okay. And so these are the three layers. That is what I meant in previously. First is the HTML. We looked upon it yesterday. HTML and CSS are for beautify your page, and JavaScript is for dynamic city. So HTML is something like look like something this, like you have this HTML. This is called the HTML tag. Inside that you have head tag. Inside the head tag you will include your scripts such as your JavaScript thing, and whatever you are seeing in your content, whatever you are seeing in your content, you will anyway see it in your body tag. Okay? That is something called as body tag. In between of this body tag, it will be fit, like your HTML would be fit. Okay? You don't have to worry about this HTML and CSS now because you are learning the backend. You are a backend developer. You don't have to worry about this. You have to just worry about the JavaScript only. ठीक है. Okay. And it's really powerful scripting language that enables anyone to create almost anything that they can imagine. Okay, cool. Now, suppose if you are filling out any form, any Google form or any kind of form, you have experience that it will, suppose in the state thing. Okay, suppose you have a state input box here. If you write your state as Punjab, then you will write P, then U. It will show the auto suggestion in below that, like Punjab or in many cities such as such like that. Okay, so that is coming by the help of JavaScript. You can do the autocomplete with the help of JavaScript. You know, it will load. Yeah. So see, if you have used the Instagram desktop version, like in the web version, then you have experience in the mobile phone as well. Suppose Instagram screen is this. Okay, so this is your mobile screen or laptop screen. You know, the main your feed would load here. If you scroll down, it will not refresh your page. It will just add more feed below your below your what you have currently have. It will not refresh the page, but see, if you not refresh the page, then only you can add more content into it. That is the beauty of JavaScript. Okay, so you can load new content without refreshing the page. That is the main advantage of the JavaScript. Okay, so just go into the Instagram or Twitter or Facebook, just scroll down, or you can also go into Facebook or Amazon as well. They are also doing the same thing. Okay, this is something called as partial view concept. Okay, what does this mean? We'll look into the project. We will implement the e-commerce website from our own, so we'll look into it in detail of what is partial view. So it just means that whatever content you want to refresh, that only that will refresh. So in this entire screen, suppose if I want to change this label. Okay, so I don't have to refresh entire page. I just have to change this part only, this part only. So this entire thing would be not refresh. Okay. Okay, static website where we need JS. In the static website you don't need JS, because uh, if you use that JS, it will not use any kind, like you cannot use more concept in the static websites. है ना? Yeah. And one more thing, like you can also animate your page elements. Suppose if you have visit the Amazon page, take Amazon website, then they have the loader completely, like slider in their website. Na? So the slider is also coming the JavaScript. They are using the JavaScript only. Okay. And one more thing, like why we are more emphasizing on JavaScript. Let me share my screen. I'll show you one more important thing. My screen is visible. Yeah, na? Okay. See, you can just go into this that Stackshare, stackshare.io. This is a website. Na? So this website, you can just go into this website, or else you can just search Stackshare JavaScript. It will ultimately tell you like which company uses which website. Okay. So see, this is a JavaScript, the page of the JavaScript. This many companies, this is all our MNCs like Airbnb, Instagram, Stack, like Reddit, CRAD. This all companies can using the JavaScript only. So that is why we are learning. This is a hot in the market. Also, you can go on the Google Trends, like Google Trends JavaScript. You can search something like this. You know, you can go in the first link. Let's see what is happening. Okay. So see, there's a comparison between these two, but we'll not go into that. We just compare JavaScript. Then the second is your Java. No, not Java. It's your Python. And third one could be anything like what your C sharp. Okay, or we can tell like Ruby on Rails language. Okay, Ruby. See, among these three, there is a chart. Blue is for JavaScript, red is for Python, and Ruby is for yellow. Okay, so see the chart of the JavaScript. It's always on the top, and it's also growing right now. See, this is a flat curve. It's not growing at all. It's also somewhat very similar to flat curve, but this is the exponential curve. This is the hot in the market right now. That is why we are learning JavaScript. So you can also make a practice like this also, like source what you are what we are learning. Okay. Video loading part is from JavaScript. Yeah, correct. Okay. Am I okay till this point? Okay. So you can play audio, video. You can also validate input, and you can like render your page what you want it. That is all done by the JavaScript. Okay. Okay. Now where we use the JavaScript. Okay. So see, this React or Angular or Vue.js or this kind of things are called as libraries. Okay. Library is nothing but you can build something on the existing language. Like this is layer of JavaScript. Above this layer you will implement something. Okay. Above this layer you will implement something that is called as the library. So above this we have developed the React developers have developed React. Okay. Okay. So React and React.js both are same. So about this JavaScript, you have developed React so that everyone else can know, use this library. So for an example, if I will implement a function called addition, okay, addition, it will just add whatever you pass in the input. So I will package this particular function. I will pack this function. I will upload it in package manager services like suppose npm or so. You know, I'll do that. So everyone else who wants to integrate this add function, they can use my library, because library is nothing but the existing of its existing language is JavaScript. I have added, I have removed, I have tweaked this JavaScript in my own way, and I have developed my own version of the JavaScript that is called as React JS. Okay. Okay. Now, uh, Node is also something different, something similar like this, like Node JS. You can see like ending part is JS. Okay, so it is developed above the JavaScript. Okay, base the core part is JavaScript only. You know? So Node.js is also same example. The Express is also the same example. Okay. Yes, Hariharan. Yes, Harsha. Framework and no libraries are different because no, in the framework you are the responsible. Like you are the responsible of what you are doing. So the technical difference between the framework and library, it's something called as inversion of control, or you can also understand in the like this way. Like when you use library, you are in charge of the flow of application, how the things would work, how the control flow would work. Those are the things that will depend on you. But if you are using the framework, then it is handled by framework only. Framework is care of. You know? Am I audible now? Am I audible now? You know? So I was telling you that no, in the framework, you are in charge of what you are doing. Okay? Rahul, everyone else can listen to my voice and everything else. Please refresh the page if you cannot. Now am I audible? I'm just creating a poll. Please participate in that if you can. Now I'm creating a poll. Yes, for if you are not facing kind of problem, then click true. If you are facing problem, then click false. Am I okay, right? Those who have facing any kind of problem with my video or audio, please refresh your page, because everyone 90% of people can listen to my voice. Okay. So guys, I was explaining about the framework and the library. Okay, let me complete that. So see, framework is what you are the in charge of. You are not the in charge of what you are doing, because framework will handle everything. Okay, framework will handle how your control flow would work, when you have to do something certain task, when you have to call the network thing, when you have to block your IOs. those entire advanced thing would be handled by framework only. But if you are working with the library, then you have to taken care of each and everything, because you have just developed a layer. See, you have just developed a layer above what you have, or you have already have. Okay, in the JavaScript you have already have some concepts, you have inherited some other concepts by using the React.js. So it will not make any kind of difference in terms of your control flow. But in terms of you have, you are using the framework such as Angular is a framework. Okay, Angular JS is a framework, it's not a library. So Angular will taken care of your data binding thing, your rendering, your page refresh thing. This entire thing would be handled by this only. Okay, so this is an example of framework, but in case of React you have to handle that. You have to taken care, you have to take care of your routing part. There are many other parts that will look in the coming sessions, but the basic difference is like this. So I was telling you that library is the layer what you have existing having in your programming language. Okay, yes, library is pre-packed code. See, uh, Ritik, React and React JS are same. React Native is used for mobile application. So if you are working with React Native, then you can develop a mobile application for Android, for iOS, and everything else. Okay? So every other cross-platform thing would be taken care of with the React Native. Okay? Am I okay till this point? Subit will not go into React Redux part, but you can understand that Redux is the advanced part of the React. Okay, for now, because we will not go in that part. Okay. Okay. Now, okay, okay. So, how to run our JavaScript code? Hmm? Okay. So tomorrow, like today, I also given you the example of that. Uh, just a minute. I'm sharing my screen. Let me know once it is visible. Okay. Is it visible now? Okay. Okay. What I'll do, I have opened another page. Okay. Okay. I'll go in the Google. Pick F12. I have clicked on the F12 part. Okay. Yesterday I told you that you can either click F12 or click the inspect element, so that you can land up in this console part. Okay. So this is the part where we will code our actual coding. Okay. This is the JavaScript part. So JavaScript is really powerful. So if you just you can do mathematical operations here as well. Like if you write 10 plus 20, you can give the, like you can have the answer 30. Okay. We have not declared any kind of variable, we have not declared any kind of function, still we are getting the output. Okay. This is a compatibility of the browser, like V8 engine. V8 engine is giving me the output of this. Okay. Now, if I want to print anything, if I want to print anything, such as I want to print the name of the Subit. Okay. Subit is saying Brave inspect is better. Okay. I want to print that. So what I'll do, I'll write console dot log. Inside that, inside that, I will write whatever I want to print. Subit is Subit is excellent person. Okay. Okay, or excellent learner. Okay, I want to print that. So I will just write console.log. Inside that, whatever I have to print, I'll just press enter, and you can see that this will be printed. Okay. So the console is the object. What is object? We have already seen. So console is the object of the browser. Like this is happening by the browser. This is not the JavaScript functionality. Okay. So console is object, log is its method. But what is object, what is method, we'll look in the detail in the future. But you can now, for now, you can understand that whatever you will print inside this console.log inside this particular function, you can have printed in your browser also. Okay, such as like I have print Subit is excellent person, where I can print that. Okay, now what I'll do, I'll print Subit's age. Okay, so where age equals to, I have declared the variable with the where. Okay, okay, with the example of where means variable. So variable age is equals to 30. I'll take the example of 18. Okay, okay. So I press enter. So age variable is declared. So if you want to see what is the value inside the age, then you have to write this age and press enter. You can see the variable's value. Okay, I have initialized the variable value where age equals to 18. I will write age so I can get the value of the age. Am I clear? समझ में आ रहा है ना? ठीक है? For the people who have non-technical background, for those as well, am I clear? है ना? Okay, great. ठीक है? Now, what I'll do, I'll print Subit's age, right? So I will write console.log because I have to print. That is why I will use the console.log. Inside that, what I'll use, uh, with Subit's age is, now what I'll do, I'll not write simply 18. I'll not do that. Instead of that, I will print this age variable. Okay. So this is the string. If you want to print a variable inside your string, then you have to use plus operator. This is a concatenation operator, and you can write the variable's value. Okay, you can press enter, so you can see that Subit's age is 18. Now if you give the space in between of this, then you can have the proper answer, that is Subit's age is 18. Now if I'll change Subit's age, okay, let me know okay, how to get this page. Deepa, Deepa, you can see, you can go to any page in your browser. Suppose this is my Google's page. You can just click on, you can just press right click. You can have this particular pop up. Then you can click on this inspect. Okay, you can land up in this page, Deepa, and then you have to click on console. Then you can land up into this page. Okay, okay, okay. Now, what I'll do, can we concatenate a string and an integer like that? That is what we did. See, this age is the integer part. Okay, 18 is integer. So I have appended the integer 18 in the string by using this concatenation operator. Okay, okay. What I'll do now, I'll change the age of Subit to 19. So I'll just write age is equals to 19. Previously it was 18, now it's 19. Okay, now I'll write age in order to check whether my age is updated or not. So I have successfully updated my age variable. Okay, now after I have updated the age variable of Subit, I will again print console.log Subit's age is, print the age variable. So now instead of 18, it will print 19. That is how you can update the variable inside the JavaScript. Am I okay with till this point? Okay. So Dipanshu, if you want to write the previous code that you have written, like suppose you have want to execute this line again, like, right? So you can just press above line, like so you have to just press above button. That is how you will get the previous state. Like previously, whatever what I did, it will be entirely printed on this. Okay, you can just press enter and you can have your output. You can press up button. Okay, code is being executed by V8 engine of Chrome. Correct. Where is used for only first declaration. uh ideally yes, but we will look into it, like what is the difference between var, lat and const. You can declare your variable using var also, you can declare a variable using const also. Suppose if you want to declare your variable, then you can use var age equals to 18. That is what we did right now. You can also use let age equals to 18. You can also use const age equals to 18. This three would be the same as of now, but there are some differences between this let, sorry, this var, let and const. What the difference between this is, we will look into it, don't worry. For now just focus on, don't focus on this, just focus on this part. Okay, so how we have updated the variables value, just focus on that for now. Okay, fine, clear till this point, everyone is clear? Please click on true or false. Everyone, please click on true or false. I want participate from everyone. Okay, cool. Okay, fine. Okay, now, now what we will do, we will see the different kind of, so I have cleared this page by pressing Control plus L. This is a shortcut. You can either place control, let me write that, Control plus L. You can either press Control plus L in order to delete the pages. Like suppose I did this, I want to clear this page, so either I have to click on this button, the left side of this top button, this button, it will also do the same, or you can press Control plus L, it will also do your job. We are using the shortcut because you have to learn that anyway. Okay, so make a habit to use the no shortcuts. Okay, fine. Okay, okay, yeah. So what we will do now, we will look some of the data types of the JavaScript. Okay, so uh, where age equals to 18, I I had initialized it. Okay, I will write age. Sorry, where age equals to 18. Okay, I will write age. It will give me the output of 18. Okay, now what I'll do, I'll write now, like I have to check what the type is of age, like what is the type of age. So I'll just write type of, I'll just zoom out so that everyone can see. I'll just write type of, in between of that I will write age. So it will give me the data type of the age variable, that is number. Okay, okay. And for everyone else who are from non-tech background, I'll just make one important thing for them, because they have to also understand the concepts. Okay, so what we will do, what we will do, uh, just a second. Okay, so see, this is this is for only for non-tech background people. Okay, so you have a data type, something called as data type. What is data type? And previously, yesterday we had seen the variables. Yeah, yesterday we had seen the variables. Variables nothing but a state or the property. No? So in yesterday we see that in the ball, you can your properties could be your its type or its color or its brand. This was its property, right? So these are nothing but a variable. So these are nothing but your variables. So in place of the type, uh, it can be what, season ball, you know. In place of color it can be the red. In place of brand it can be the Nivea brand. Okay, we took that. But in case of the size, we can tell that it's 3 inch. So this size would be the integer part. Apart from size, everything would be on the string part. So this is a type of your data. Okay, so this is the type of your data. This is something called as data type. The type of the data is called as data type. Type of the data or the variable. Okay. Priyanshu, what is the data type? Type of data in is number or string? See, if you are fetching the data type of type, that then it would be the string. The color, it's also in the string. The brand, it's also in the string. But in case of size, it would be the integer. So if you want to check that, I'm telling about data type. So yeah, data type are various type. Data type can be your string, your number. Okay. Data type can be the object. This are various combinations. We will see in the data types. Don't worry. Yeah. So string is a group of characters. Correct. Okay. So these are the characters SEASON. Group of them would be called as string. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Boolean is also one kind of data type. What does this mean? We'll see. But data type is clear. What is data type? Why we need that? Okay. So what I did here was I'm sharing my screen again. So what I did was the type of age. Like I want to fetch the data type of age. This was the number. So if you want to get the data type of any variable, you can write type of. It will give you the data type of your variable. Am I clear for everyone? For non-tech people, they can also understand by this. है ना? It would work, right? Okay. Okay. Now what I'll do? Now instead of number, I'll write age. Instead of 18, I'll write what? Age equals to 18. Okay. This is a string. Okay. Now if I'll write age, then it will give me the 18. Now if I'll do type of 18, like type of age, it will give me the string part. Okay. Because now it is a string. Simple enough. Okay. Simple enough. Or everyone. Okay. Now another type of data type is boolean type. So what is boolean? Let me go with this just a second. So another data type is boolean. Okay. So for now, like right now, we have seen this number, this string and the number. What is object? We'll just see in a while. Let's take on boolean. Okay. So boolean, yesterday I told you that our machine will understand only two things. Either electricity is flowing, that means it's on, or zero, or true, or off, one. Sorry, I sorry, this is wrong. This is wrong. Forget about this. Your machine will understand only two things. Either electricity is flowing, that means it's on, that means one, or true. Either electricity is not flowing, that means off, or zero, or it's also called as false. This is the only state which can be understood by your computer. Okay. That means binary means 0 and 1. Okay. 0 indicates false, 1 indicates true. Okay. So in similarly in case of boolean, you will just have two values, either true or false. That is it. That is something called as boolean. Clear? Okay. Okay. Now what we will do, I'll share my screen again. Okay. My screen is visible up to everyone. Okay. So what I'll do, I will write once a variable is declared, its data type can be changed. Okay, I will see that. So what I'll do, I will write age equals to true now. Okay. Okay. Or what I'll do, I will write valid scenario. Where is my scenario is valid or not? So I will declare a variable called as is valid. Where is valid is equals to false. Okay, and I will now check type of is valid. You see, it's giving me the boolean value. Similarly, if I want to change the state of is valid, I'll write is valid is equals to true. Now, if you fetch the value of is valid, it will give you the value of true. And if I will check the value of type of is valid, it will give me the answer as a boolean. Okay, clear? Okay, okay. You can do something like this as well. So yeah, one guy have Vaibhav have asked, once a variable is declared its data type, can it be it changed in JavaScript? Okay, so see, Vaibhav, I told you that where age, I previously I took this example where age is equals to 18. Okay, if I'll type my no check my age value, so type of age would be number. Okay, then what I did age is equals to 18. This is a string. This was a number. I changed that just by assigning the another value to the age. I have updated the value of age. If I'll now check type of age, then see you have updated successfully your type. Am I clear, Vaibhav? Okay. Now, Nirja, okay, I'll explain Boolean again. Just a minute. Okay. So see, Nirja, Boolean means it will have some two values only. It will have possibility of values are two only, true or false. Okay. If it's true, then it will consider as part value 1. If it's false, then consider as value 0. Okay. So if you take the example of age like is valid, which we have already seen, is valid is equals to true. Okay. So this true is what? You are indicating that it will just have two values. Your possibility is just only two, right? True or false. Okay. So this is called as Boolean values. These are called as Boolean values. So if you write is valid, so you will give the answer of Boolean. Okay. It will use in your conditional statement, like you have your code where if I'll say that fetch me the records of students whose marks in maths is greater than 90. Okay, so if you will check that whether the marks of a person is greater than 90 or not. If it's greater than 90, then it will give you the answer true. If it's not, then it will give you the answer false. That means it's Boolean value. You have to compare, like if you wherever you have to compare any two values, you will use this Boolean value. You know, we'll use that. Don't worry in future class. Okay. What if I will declare a var value without giving a value? Okay. Yeah, it will give it. See, what he's saying, Priyanshu is saying, good question. Priyanshu is saying that instead of this var age equals to 18, can I write uh, without this where, like age is equals to anything else, age equals to true? Can I do this? Okay, without writing where also? Yes, you can do it. And if you fetch the type of, then it will fetch successfully your age boolean. Okay, Priyanshu. If I use 0 instead of false, then what is the type of? See, now if you do age equals to 0, then this is the integer part. In conditional statement it will consider as boolean, but now it's integer part. We'll see in the conditional part what is difference between 0 and false, if it's difference or not, you know. So right now it will give you the answer number, you know, type of age. If you do, then it will give you answer of number. It will not give you the false. Then which will we have typecasting in JS? Yeah, we have the Panshu. We'll see it. Const value cannot be changed. We'll see what is the difference between var, let, and const. Is valid something predefined? No, no. You predefined. I like is valid. I have used on my like own intelligence, so it is not predefined. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Nirja. No, it is just my user writing. Mehak, I have just explained that. We will see what is the use of var, let, and const. Don't worry. Okay. Vasu, we will see what is object. hold on for a minute. I have not explained what is object. I'm saying only where age without assigning value, what type of it will give. I mention it's 18. Can you write it, Priyanshu, on the chat section? It would help. You are just saying that if you will just write 18, you are saying that you are just want to have this type 18, then it will also give you the same answer number. Okay? We defined without passing any value. Yeah, it will work, Harsha. How can we define 0 as false? We'll see it, Arpit, in conditional statements. Don't worry. I'm assuming that this is just an overview. Yeah, yeah. This is the overview, Vishal. Correct. Okay. Okay. Now, what I'll do if I have something like this, uh, where age. Okay, Priyansh is saying where age without assigning value. Then where age. Okay. See. Okay, I got your point. Priyanshu is saying this is also one of the best, like nice question. So Priyanshu is saying like if I'll write where age, okay, and now if I'll write type of age, what it will do? Okay, so see, it will give you the number. By default, it's number. So if I'll write where is valid, okay, we have defined age now. That is why it gave you number. But to initialize something like this, another name, okay, where name, and now if you check type of name, string, clear, people, everyone, है ना? Cool. Can I move further? Okay, okay, okay. So people have some problem with this. Let me just refresh my page. Okay. Now see what I'll do. I will write where something else. What where building? Okay. This is a variable name building. Okay. Now if I'll check type of building, what will be the type of building? It is undefined. Previously it was giving my value because I have already been given that some name. Okay. I have used variable name age before. I have used variable name also. Okay, that is why it was giving value. But what I did, I refreshed my page. So you can just press Control plus R, press Control plus R, or just close this window, open it again, like close this Chrome also, like Google window also. Okay, open new window, open any other page, press right click here, press inspect here. Okay, and go to the console part. Okay, now if you write anything like where age also, okay, where age also, and if you write type of age, then it will give you the answer as undefined because you have not defined anything, right? Undefined is data type. Yes, undefined is data type. Okay, previously it was giving me the answer because we have already been used age equals to 18, that is why it's number. We have used name equals to Subit, that is why it's giving me the actual string. But if you refresh the page, then it will clear up in the memory. That is why now if you do, if it will give you the answer as undefined. Now if I do where name also, it will also give me the answer as undefined because I haven't used any kind of name in my program. Oh, a minute, just a minute. Why it's giving me like this? Just a minute. I'll refresh page again. It should not do like this. It should be undefined. Just a minute, let me check. I think so. There is some issues with my cache, but it should not do like this. Let me clear up my cache. If you use any kind of other name apart from name, like anything, what computer should not do like this. Yeah, see, it's undefined. In use any name apart from what we have already been used, so it will give you the proper answer as undefined. It will undefined only because we haven't defined any kind of thing with this. If you also do where full name, anything apart from name, it should do this your job. Okay, I think there is some reserved keyword in my cache or something like that. Okay, that is why it's misbehaving, but it should not. Okay, in your system also. Okay, let me just first check with it, just a second. I'll be checking with it what's wrong with this. Let me just check with online compiler. JS Fiddle is online compiler. Let me check with this whether it's working as same in this also not. Checked with the online compiler as well. Let me share my screen. Okay, I got the point. What is this? Okay, so see, in the JavaScript, if you do, there are some predefined keywords. Okay, there are some predefined keywords such as this ID. Okay, this class. There are some predefined keywords in JavaScript and also in the HTML also. Okay, so I have checked with the this online compiler that is called as JS Fiddle. Okay, so in JS Fiddle, what I did var name and console.log type of name. What we wanted, right? Okay, so it's also giving me the same result what we are getting. Okay, it's string, you know. So the name is default thing in the JavaScript. That is why you are having this answer. Okay. Okay, Harsha, can we also do that? Just a second. So Harsha is saying without, I have refreshed my page. Okay, so without declaring the name, okay, use the type of name. Okay, and also it's giving me the same result. That is why it's a like reserved thing. But apart from name, if you do anything else, if you use any other variable, any other name, you know, such as like where a, then if you want to like console like type of a, okay, it's also undefined. Like apart from name, anything else, our name was a predefined thing. Okay, okay. Am I clear with this up to this point? ठीक है ना? Dipanshu, please ask your doubt. Yeah, Dipanshu, please ask. We'll resolve that for sure. What is the name? What is in name? It is if it's predefined. I'm not getting that, Shivam. No, Dipanshu, where is not a data type. Okay, where is just a symbolic thing, or you can tell that where is a keyword by which you can tell JavaScript that you are declaring a variable. So if I write where, that means after that I have to declare my variable's name, such as last name. Okay, this is where is indicating that you in the last name is a variable. Just that. Yeah, it's keyword to declare the variable. Correct. Value of name. Okay. So value of name would be the empty string. See, this is kind of an empty string. So if you now will check the type of empty string also, it will string give you the output as string. I have not given out type of name. I have given the output of type of empty string. Okay. Okay, Dipanshu, welcome. This declared but not assigned. Yeah, correct, correct. So if I do where full name, then it is declared like it a variable. I have declared the variable, but I have not assigned. That is why it is giving me the answer as undefined. You have to define your variable, right? Yeah, string is also a keyword. Okay, keyword means like predefined strings is called as keywords. Length data type is also predefined. Yeah, length is not a data type. Length is just a keyword through which you can fetch the length of a particular object or a variable. We'll see that. There is property window name already declared as a string. Okay, ठीक है? Up to this point, am I clear, everyone? ठीक है? I think so. Today you have enjoyed something which because we did practical thing, है ना? ठीक है? Cool. ठीक है. Now we'll see something interesting. See, tell me the output of tell me the mathematical answer of this. Let me do this. Stop my screen. Okay. Now tell me one thing, guys. So, sir, please tell me the answer of this. Uh, if I will do 20 divided by 2, what would be the answer? 10, है ना? Okay. Now, what I will do, if I'll do 20 divided by 0, what would be the answer? Or, or, or forget about this. If I'll do 0 divided by 20, what would be the answer? 0, right? Right? Okay. 0 divided by 20, anything, 0 divided by anything would be 0. है ना? If I'll do 20 divided by 0, what would be the answer? Infinity, right? Okay. Let's put this in action. How JavaScript is behaving if we do this. Okay. So let's start with this. Huh. See, if we do 20 divided by 10, then answer would be 2. If I'll do 20 divided by, sorry, 0 divided by 20, then my answer would be 0. If I'll do, now if what I will do, console or else where answer is equals to, I'll do 20 divided by 0. Okay, and I will print this answer console.log answer. Okay, so see the answer would be infinity. So infinity is also one kind of data type. Okay, I'll do now if I'll do answer is equals to 0 divided by 20, and I'll print console dot log. Okay, so my answer would be 0. Okay, infinity is doing that part. Please, does this infinity is infinity is like infinity? It's not a number. No, it is not a. It will not under the string part. If you write infinity, yeah, like it now it's giving us a number because see anyway if you do like this, wait, anyway if you do like this like 0 divided by 20 or 20 divided by 0, okay, 20 was a number, 0 is also a number, so number divided by number it will be a number, but it is infinity, it's not a actual number. That is what I mean to say, है ना? ठीक है, ठीक है. So if you divide a number divided by number, it will ultimately give you a number, but it will make a sense if it's usable. Like if you have some number like 20 or 20.5 or 30.5, that is a number that is useful. But if you get the answer as infinity, it's not usable. But since it's number divided by number, it's number. Similarly, if you do any operation with string, you will get the output of string only. ठीक है ना? Okay. Okay, so yeah, let's check that. Okay. Now what I'll do, just a minute. I have seen your questions. Don't worry. I've seen your questions. What I'll do now, instead of this 20 divided by 0, I will do minus 20 divided by 0. Okay? Okay? So it will give us output minus infinity. You know? And if you check now, the type of answer would be number only, because we have divided number divided by number. Okay? Okay, it like logically, Harsha, it's zero division error, but right now we are just learning about the basics and arithmetic operations, what it will give. Okay. Okay. What is an exception? So Harsha, exception is something like anything which is not wanted. Suppose if you like this also, like 20 divided by 0, it's infinity, it's not usable. Okay, that means that is an example of an exception. If you execute this code in any other language such as Java also, they will just shout at you like you cannot use that. So the compiler will throw some error and error and error. They will not let you sleep. Okay. So JavaScript is a bit flexible in that way. You can, if you don't use semicolon as well in this language, JavaScript, that's okay. Okay, it will not give you error. But in case of like C Sharp or Java or PHP, they will shout at you. Literally, they will shout at you. They will not tolerate that. But JavaScript is a bit flexible, bit friendly language. Difference between error and exception will go in that, Jasleen. Don't worry. Let just not go in that side. So if I can tell you, like for an instance, exception means some valid scenario. Okay, exceptions means your syntax and everything is valid, but your outcome is not valid. Like 20 is number divided by number, it's valid. 20 divided by 0, it's infinity, it's not valid. Okay, it's infinity. So if I will do what some suppose if I haven't like right now I haven't declared any variable called as full name here. Okay, but if I want to access the variable full name, then it will give me the error, like a reference error. The full name is not defined. This is the example of error. But in case of that, if I'll do some API calls and I'm not passing the valid headers in that, so it will give me the some exception. That is the example of exception. Okay, so we'll do that, Jaslin. I hope I'm clear with this, right? Okay, cool. Okay. Ravina, console.log is used for to print anything in your console. Like this is our console. So if you want to print anything in this, like if I want to print your name Ravina, then I have to write console.log. Inside that I'll print Ravina. Okay, so that is how it will be printed, how it will get printed. Shall we also use user-friendly exceptions? Yeah, we can use Hariharan. We will use that entire thing in our actual project. Okay, na? We have some dedicated session on this as well, like different kind of exceptions, user-friendly exceptions, custom exceptions, system exceptions. है ना? So this will all will look into it. Okay. Now let's see one another thing. Let's say if I have your last name as Shah divided by 0. So see, string divided by 0, that is not a valid scenario, or string divided by anything would be not a valid scenario. That is why it's giving me NaN. That is not a number. NaN's full form is not a number. Okay? So if I'll check the output of type of last name, it's a number. Okay? Here 20 divided by 20. Okay, let's see. He's asking me that please do this. String divided by number, it's valid or not? Yeah, it's valid, because this 20 would be anyway converted in the into the integer part, but in this SHA it's an entire string, it's not converted in the ASCII values of this string. so the RC values would not be get converted. That is why you can assume that this is a proper string divided by number that is giving me the output of NaN. But instead of this, it will convert in the typecast into the integer and divided by 20. It will give you the proper answer. Okay. Okay. So now someone is saying that sir, please do this. Sha divided by Sha. Okay. Not a number because string cannot be divided by anything else. Okay. Okay. Now someone is telling me to do this. Let's do this. Okay. मतलब कोई एक्सट्रीम लिमिट तक जहां तक पॉसिबल होगा वो कन्वर्ट कर देगा अपने आप, बट इफ इट्स नॉट पॉसिबल, इफ यू आर नो forcing them to show some error, then it will show some error. But otherwise it's pretty much flexible language, because in any other language in the world you cannot do this operation. ठीक है, right? What if we don't want to convert that? There's not a specific scenario of not to convert that. If you don't want to convert that, why you are doing this? Like if you don't want to convert this, why you are doing this? Do this instead of do this, है ना? Na is not an exception. Na is not an exception. See, 4 divided by 2, that you cannot do that. 4 divided by 2, that you cannot do that. Like he's asking me to do this, it's ultimately not no, you cannot do that. 4 is not defined. Okay, ठीक है. So try this, the different scenario of this, so that you can have more idea. Shivam is saying infinity divided by 2. Infinity it will take as a string. Okay. Okay. So why type of NN is a number? That's a good question. So see, if you learn about this NaN, NA's full form is, as I said, not a number. है ना? ठीक है. So why type of NaN is giving you the number thing? Okay, because NaN exception would occur only when you are operating with the number thing. It will not give you the string also. It will give you the number only because you are operating with the number. That is how the language is developed. Okay, so that is why it's giving you the not a number exception. It's as a number type of this is a number. Okay, we are going to learn. Yeah, yes, yes. You will learn all the concepts of the JavaScript. Okay, code is representing a string. Correct. I think it's valid point. Yes. Yes, correct, correct. 20 is coming from some other source. Jaslyn, can you please repeat that? What do you mean by that? Okay. Okay, I hope you are getting that. Mehak, can you please ask another time? I'm so sorry about it. Mehak, can you please ask one more time? Okay, 20 divided by 20. Okay, 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 okay. See, she's asking us to do this. 20 in a string divided by 20 in a string. Okay? So it ultimately gives us the output because it convert this 20 into 20. Why infinity divided by 2 is not an infinity? See, infinity, you have written this infinity divided by 2. It's infinity. It's infinity. I think Shivam, you have written infinity in small, like I is small. I is not a small, I is capital here. Okay? Why type of dollar is, if it's a function, type of dollar. Okay, type of dollar. So in the JavaScript, if you have worked with the jQuery and all, the dollar symbol is a pretty symbolic thing. Okay, so we'll learn about this function class as well. Okay, but for now you can understand that the function is a specifically a block of statement which you will use it repeatedly. Okay, so the dollar is a predefined thing. If you have worked with jQuery, then you are using the dollar document already, and you will write in everything of your JavaScript code inside that. Whenever a page loads, this part would be executed first. So this is a symbolic representation of that. that will function like we'll learn everything in detail in the function. Okay. JavaScript is case sensitive, yes. So if I'll declare a variable abc here and I'll access variable as abc here, capital abc here, you will get the you will not get the output because abc and abc is different. Okay, it's case sensitive. Or also I cannot do like this. Infinity is a type of number, yes. Okay. Dipyan, we have already seen that 20 divided by 20 is 1 because 20 string 20 is converting into the number 20 because they can do that. But if you literally put the any string here, you know, so it will not get converted by that. That was that's what it means. Okay. The different kind of combination that, okay, will not go in much detail in. Okay. Right. I hope right now it's clear with you. Yes, JS interpreter, correct. What should I do if I want to give any error? Okay, you cannot, Jocelyn. It will ultimately give you the same output. You cannot throw error. Okay. Am I clear with everyone? Infinity verb infinity is 9. Yeah, correct. Because the infinity cannot be divided by anything. So infinity divided by infinity would be the not a number. Okay. Cool. Then what should I do? This my question. Okay, so Jasleen, your question is like your main purpose of asking this is you want to throw some output if you want to divide a string divided by number. है ना? This is what I understood. Correct? Okay, so see, Jasleen, in that case, what should you do? Just a second. Okay, what should you do? See, your question is, so see, Jasleen is asking me that, sir, if I want to divide a string, like divide a number by string, then she wants to throw some error. Okay, so either you can write this logic inside a function, like whenever you will hit a particular function. Suppose we have function check string. Okay, what is a function, what is the not, we'll see that everything. Okay, so this is the syntax of a function. We will see entire dedicated lecture is on this JavaScript function, so we'll not go in that part. But for now you can understand that you can write this custom logic. This is the basic behavior of JavaScript, right? So if you write 20 divided by 2, it will anyway give you 10 in any language, right? Similarly, if you write 20 divided by 2, it will give you same answer 10 in JavaScript. So anyway it would be the same. But if you don't want to do that, then you have to check this thing, type of 20. So if you check this type of 20, it would give you the answer as string, not a number. It is not a number. So whenever this kind of thing is happening, you can throw some error. You can do this. So for an example, yeah, you can write a custom logic for that. Okay. So if you do just a minute, if you just do like, let's see in this also. If you check type of 20, okay, it will give you the string also. Okay, so you can check whenever this is a type of string, then you can throw some error because string cannot be divided by anything else. Okay, I think I'm clear with this up to this point. Okay, okay, I'm creating a poll, and today I think so we have enjoyed the class. Okay, we have created a practical thing. So from Monday also you will enjoy every classes. Okay, those who have any question till now, please ask. Then I will give you some break, and we'll focus and after that the installation part. Yeah, thank you, Nana. Okay, great. ठीक है, चलो. Let's move further. Mehak is asking the installation of importance of double quotes. So Mehak, the importance of double quotes is nothing but it is indicating that this part is string. Okay. Okay, difference between exceptions and errors. Sharat, I have explained that. Suppose if you have not declared a variable here called as last only last, okay? So it will give you some error that last is not defined. This is the example of error. But if you want to throw some exception, ठीक है, whenever, like Jaslyn said, right, she don't want to divide 20 by anything else. She don't want this operation. So what she will do, she will write a custom logic for this. Whenever this operand is like, whenever this 20 is a string, she will throw some exception. So this is called as some example of exception. What is exception, what are type of exception, we will see in the future. Am I clear? There is no difference between, Justin, there is no difference between the double quotes and the single quotes. There is no difference between that. Using single quotes as well double quotes, there is no difference. Harsha, there is no difference between that. ठीक है? Cool. Up to this point, I am clear. I am assuming that. ठीक है? People, ठीक है ना? Everyone, which is more accepted in community? Okay, double quotes or single quotes, anything would be fine. Both are acceptable. Harsha, there is no difference between single quote and double quotes. There are some certain scenario where in the string like when you are operating with the string operations such as concatenation or anything like that, you can use double quotes or single quotes. There is no difference between that. Both are same. Shivam, we will look into it like back tech. I know that we'll look into it. For now, just understand this. Yes, but see, Hariharan, sorry, Santosh, in C language, in Java, in C sharp, that was a case that if you write anything in this single quote, you can just write a single character only. That is why it is called as character. But what is string? String is a collection of character. That means if I write A, B, C, D, E, okay, these are the collection of character that is called a string. In the C and the C sharp and Java, the collection of character is represented by this. If you write over there in that language, if you write this as this, it will show error. But in JavaScript, it will not. That is what I am explaining. JavaScript is a flexible language. It is different from what we have learned conventionally. ठीक है? Santosh, I'm clear. है ना? Okay, cool. Now we'll see the another thing which we have left. All the data types we have seen till now except the one data type, which is object. ठीक है? We have not seen the data type called as object. So what is object? Let me stop my sharing. I'll just tell you. Okay, let me go in that. Okay, so what is object? Object is nothing but you can represent it by this also, inside the curly brace also, you know. There is also another thing called as array. What is array, what is not, we will look into it. We will not go in that part. Entire lecture, there are many lectures focus on this array, so will not go in that. But you can, for now, you can assume that collection of many kind of things are called as array. Array is represented by this. Inside this you can put anything, like your string also, your number also, your object also, anything you can put into this. Okay, in other languages like C, Java, the same data type can be put into the array. Like if you have array of integer, then everything inside this array would be integer in C and Java and any other language, many other language. But in Java, in JavaScript, you can put anything inside this. Either it can be your number, it can be your string, it can be your object, anything like that. Okay, so just understand this, don't confuse yourself, because we'll understand it by in detail. Okay, so why type of this is object, we'll see this. So object is something like this. So, suppose if you have object called as, like in this name, is Subit, age is equals to 20. This is called as an object. Okay, so object is a like a combination of many things. Okay, we'll see in detail, don't worry, but for now I as a like purpose of explaining, you can just understand like this. So suppose if I have where obj is equals to, inside of this I'll write name is equals to Subit, uh, comma, I'll write age is equals to 20 or 18. Okay, okay. Now if I'll do and see, there's something called as age, there's something called as name, these are called as keys. Okay, this is the keys of your object. These are 18 and Subit are called as values. So collection of keys and values are called as object. Okay, yeah, it's like dictionary value key pair. Okay, you can write anything in that. Okay, okay. If you write now type of obj, then it would be object. Okay, clear है? Confuse मत करना ज़्यादा. Just understand this. This is the basics. ठीक है ना? Yeah. Okay, Pratyush. Yeah, yeah. I'll repeat that. I will repeat that. See, what I'm telling you is in the JavaScript, uh, there is something called as key value pair. Okay? There are certain scenario where you have to use object in order to communicate. Like from front end, you want to send some data to back end. Suppose you have name, you have age, you have a full name, you have address. You will not send this entire four parameters to the backend. Like separately, you will not send it. You will combine it into a object, and then this object would be sent to backend. That is when we use object. This object is a collection of key value pair. Okay? Just understand for now. This only. Am I clear? Okay. Yeah, how to access the object? You can just do like obj dot. If you just want to access name, then you can use dot name. It will do your job. It will give you the output Subit. Okay. Yeah, this object has state and behavior. You can also include function inside this, that is called as behavior. This all are called as state in the object. Okay. Okay, cool. Okay. So can I go further now? Can I move forward? Obj is like class or dictionary. It's like class, but dictionary is also one kind of the same thing. Like dictionary is also collection of key value pair. Over there, I don't think so. You can include functions, but in the object you can include anything that you want. Okay, it's depend on the language where you are using. But for JavaScript, you can include anything that you want. Okay, cool. Okay, fine. So let's move further. Let's move further in this. We have seen the JavaScript, we have seen the operators and the true false things. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So there are some operators. Yeah, I forgot to explain this. There are some operators in this. Let's say, for an example, where age is equals to I have defined as 18. Okay. Now, if I want to check that whether I want to check that less than 18 would be considered as kids, greater than 18 would be considered as adults. Okay. Okay, so I have to check that whether age is greater than 18 or not. Okay, so 18, my age is 18, 18 is not greater than 18, that is why its answer is false. Okay, my screen is not visible. Oh, sorry. Now it's visible. So what I do is where age is equals to 18. I want to check that if my age is greater than 20, then it's considered as adults. Less than 80 would be considered as non-adults. Okay. So what I'll do, I'll check that if my age is greater than 20 or not. So answer is false. Remember, I told you that whenever you have to compare two things, like whenever you have to compare anything, like my age is greater than this or not, you have to use the Boolean thing. The answer would be true or false only. Any case, if I'll check age is equals to 18 or not, the answer would be true. The answer should be true or false only. That is it. The Boolean. This is called as Boolean values. True or false. This is called as Boolean values. Okay. Okay. Now, if I want to check that if my age is now, if I what I'll do, my age is equals to, I'll update that as 17. Okay. If I'll check my age is greater than equals to 17 or not. See, I have include the operator called as greater than or equal to. So either its value is greater than or equals to 17, it will give me answer true. If I update my age as 19, and again if I'm checking if my age is greater than or equals to 17, since the 17 is greater than 19, it will also true. Okay. Similarly, it will also check for less than or equals to. It will also check less than. You can also check less than. You can we have also checked the equals to operator. So these are some operators which are being used in the JavaScript. Okay. The answer would be true or false in every case. Cool. ठीक है ना? Okay. Okay. See, double equals to, that means for comparison. Triple equals to will check the comparison as well as the type of that. So for an example, don't want to touch that, but since we have asked, let's touch that. See, my age is like 18. Okay. My type of age would be number. Okay. If I will check my age is equals to 18, that will be true. Okay. But if I'll check equals to 18, my answer would be true. Okay. Because my type of age and this is same. But if I'll check my age equals to this 18, then our answer would be the false. Okay. Because my type of age is equals to number and my type of this 18 is string. So if you include this triple equals to, it will check the value as well as the type of it. If type should be also the same if you want to include the triple equals to. That is the difference between double equals to and triple equals to. Okay. Yeah. But if you do age is equals to this 18, then it will not check type. It will just check value. My age is 18. So 18 and 18 are same, but type is different. So if you do triple equals to, then it would be false. If you do double equals to, then it would be true. Okay. This is not called as case sensitive. It's something different. Okay. It will, if you want to check the type also and value also, then you have to use triple equals to. Otherwise, you can use double equals to. Okay. Clear? Am I clear? Age and age are same. I already told you. Age and age are not same. See, this is a small age. This is a capital H. It's not same. So Ravina, this is for you only. Just a second. What I mean to say, Ravina, that my age is equals to 18. Okay. And if I will compare this 18 to 18, which is in string. So if you use this double equals to 18, then your answer would be true because double equals to will not check the type. It will just check the value. But if you have some requirement where you want to check your type as well, then you have to use the triple equals to. So if I'll do 18 equals to 18, then it will check my type as well as my number, like my value. ठीक है, ठीक है. So that is the main difference between double equals to and triple equals to. Ravi, am I clear? ठीक है ना? Okay, cool. ठीक है. So let's go more. We seen this kind of things. This number, string, undefined, double quotes, single quotes. ठीक है. We have seen that infinity, non-infinity. So this was our previous class that we have seen. ठीक है. Now let's start with today's thing. Today's thing is not much difficult because we have already seen more about JavaScript, broad idea about JavaScript. ठीक है, ठीक है. Okay, plus operators. ठीक है, I'll explain that. Wait a minute. Clarity about semicolons in JavaScript for ending statement. Vaibhav, JavaScript is pretty much flexible. If you use semicolon, then it's good. But if you don't, that will not show you error or warning also. Break will be there or not. Do you guys want break or you want me to continue? Okay, null also I'll explain. Null and plus plus operator. Okay, so I'll do, I'll explain null and plus plus operator, then we will take break. Yeah, I will provide you the PPT. You can have this PPT on your pre-read as well. Okay, so there are something called as wait, I'll explain here only. So see, there are something called as operators. In that operator, we have seen all operator, but now we just focus on this plus plus operator. This is called as increment operator. Okay, if you do minus minus, that is called as decrement operator. Suppose if I have a variable called as count. Okay, so I'll do where count is equals to 5. Now every time if you hit this button, I want to increase this count 5, 6, 7, 8, like that way. Okay, so what I'll do, I will achieve this as a logic by I will do what, whenever this will be clicked, I will write count is equals to count plus 1. That means right now the value of count is 5. I will click this button. Now right now my value of count is 5. I will execute this statement. 5 plus 1, that is 6. The 6 will be assigned to count. This is called as assignment operator. This is equals to is called as assignment operator. What it will do, if suppose if it called as count, if you execute this in the backend, have a memory space occupied count. Okay, it will initialize a variable. It will, this is a box of count. Okay, in memory this will be occupied to the count variable. You know, now if I'll do count is equals to 5, then whatever there in your right hand side, it will be get assigned to left hand side. This is the functionality of this assignment operator. So if I'll do count equals to 5, whatever there is in right hand side, that is 5, it will assign in left hand side. That means the count will be updated to the 5. Now if I'll do count is equals to 4, then whatever there in right hand side, it will be get assigned into the left hand side. That means now 5 will be updated to 4. This is called as assignment operator. Now let's come into this. Where count equals to 5, when your button will be clicked, count equals to count plus 1. So whatever there in your left hand side, right hand side, that means 5 plus 1, that means be your 6. Your 6 will be assigned to right your left hand side, that is in your count. So the 5 will be updated and the answer would be 6. Again, if you click on the count like this button, then right now current value of count is 6. 6 plus 1, which is 7. 7 will be on the right hand side. 7 will be assigned to the left hand side since the it is the assignment operator. So your 6 would be the 7. But instead of this count plus 1, you can also write something like this. Instead of writing count is equals to count plus 1, you can write count plus plus. So the count equals to count plus 1 is similar to count plus plus. Similarly, count equals to count minus 1, it is similar to count minus minus. Am I clear with this? ठीक है? Dipanshu, plus plus count is different. We'll see, we'll not touch right now. Okay, let's do this. Okay, if you have asked, let's do this. So there is a two thing. This is a increment count plus plus, and there is also another thing called as plus plus count. Don't confuse yourself. I'm explaining in a very simple manner. Don't confuse yourself. So this is pretty much clear that you have to assign count equals to count plus 1, and this is similar to you have to first increment and then assign. This is first assign then increment. That means you have to first assign then increment thing. So okay, wait a minute, guys. I'm not sure you can. Okay, let's just focus. Don't go in this part. I'm not sure you guys can catch up with this or not. Okay, or else we'll cover it in a doubt session or in the future, because right now I don't think so you can grasp that. But am I clear with this count, particularly increment operator, count equals to count plus 1 and count plus plus? This is a called as increment operator. Am I clear with this? है ना? अभी अभी तो इतना ही याद रखो कि इंक्रीमेंट और डिक्रीमेंट ऑपरेटर होता है. प्लस प्लस इज फॉर इंक्रीमेंट, माइनस माइनस इज फॉर डिक्रीमेंट. ठीक है? ठीक है ना? कूल, ग्रेट. ठीक है. ओके, वेयर वर आई? हाँ. Okay, so I'm missing something. There was some other question, right? Increment, decrement, and one another question. Null. Okay, I forgot that also. So see, there is also a data type called null. Okay, null means, see, null undefined is different. Okay, null, that means if you have a variable age is equals to null, that means you have declared this variable as null. It is not defined. It is not undefined. ठीक है? ठीक है? So if you have just do this where age, that means it's not defined. That means it will give you undefined. But since if you have initialized your variable to null, it will not give you any kind of error. ठीक है? That is the main difference between null and undefined. ठीक है? So undefined, where undefined will be used, where you don't have to worry about any value. So null basically means no value. ठीक है? Null basically means no value. Okay, so if you want to do this kind of things, then let me share my screen. Yeah, you can say empty, correct, you can say empty. So you can do where pipe is equals to null. Okay, now let's check the type of uh, null. You can play around with this. Okay, that is okay. Manoj, if you face any kind of difficulties, you can ask me. Otherwise, you can ask TS, or else you can ask any doubt in a doubt session as well. But or else you can what you can do, you can just watch recordings of this class. That is what I told in the first day, from the very first day. Okay, right now we have not started any of the course. I'm just working on your base, on your core, on your basic part, fundamental parts. Okay, So don't worry, you will eventually will gradually will fetch, grasp the things. I'm trying to explain everything so that non-tech people also can understand. है ना? Uh, Likit, why it is object? Because null is a type of object. That is why it is giving me the object. Null is a one kind of object thing. ठीक है? Okay, cool. And there is a difference between undefined and not defined. So for an instance, if I will do, see this, let me refresh my page. है ना? Now what I'll do, where uh, hul, ठीक है, this is a variable. Okay, I have not assigned anything to this. If I'll access that, it will give me undefined thing. Clear? Okay. Now what I'll do, I will I will try to no access a variable which I have not declared, such as Kumar. Okay, I have not declared any kind of variable called as Kumar. Okay, if I want to access that, it is tell me that it is not defined. So there is a difference between undefined and not defined. Undefined means you have declared a variable you have not assigned, and not defined means you have not initialized a variable nor declared. Okay, so these are the basic fundamental parts that you want to understand. After this class also you have to play around with this kind of concepts. Am I clear with this? None is there? No, none is not there. None, and there is no thing called as none. Am I clear, everyone? मजा आ रहा है ना? Am I clear, everybody? Give me thumbs up. ठीक है, I want answer from everyone. uh Hariharan, I have explained about logical operators. Let me go in that. If you want me to do, no, do that. See, what I did is, uh, logical operator means nothing but, see, I have a variable called as age equals to 18. Okay, so your logical operator would be age less than 18, age greater than 18. Those are called as logical operators. So less than, greater than, less than or equals to, greater than or equals to, equals to, not equals to. Those are your logical operators that we have already covered. ठीक है? That means if I will do age is less than 18, okay, and or not, okay. So these are the logical these are the the arithmetic operators. Okay, so that means age equals to 18. Is it like this answer would be the false? Age is equals to 18. This will be true. That we already looked upon. Okay. Now these are called as arithmetic operator. If you want to go with the logical operator, there are two kind of logical operator that will be majorly used. First is and, second is or. Right now, just understand this. In the next week class, we have a class called as conditional statements. Over there we will use extensively for this. Okay, so please wait for this class. I have a question. Null data type, value of a property or a state. I cannot get it clearly. Okay, so null is a kind of, you can call it as a state, like as a value, है ना? It's an object, basically is a object. Okay, so if I do like where obj is equals to null, that means my object value is null, it's empty, I have initialized that with empty thing. Okay, so you can tell me that, suppose if I have a box, I'll give you a box. Okay, if I'll give you a box, am I visible now? Am I visible now? I think there's a problem with the platform. I'm visible now, right? Okay. So what I was saying that if I'll tell you that I have this particular box with party wrapped, I have wrapped with the party thing. Okay. So you don't know what is inside it. That is known as undefined. If you don't know what is inside it, it is known as undefined. But if I have a box, I will tell you that I will show you the box by opening it. Says that see inside it there is nothing. There is empty space. That is called as null. Okay. So in this case, you have a curiosity that what is inside it. Show me that. But in this case, you don't have that curiosity because you already know that there is nothing inside it. That is example of null. Am I clear now? है ना? If we declare a variable null, can we reinitialize it? Yeah, we can do that. Suppose you are doing that where age equals to null, and then you can also do like where age equals to 18. You can do this. You can try this. That's what I told you. Like play around with this. You will enjoy that. Okay? Okay. Yeah, we'll take 10 minutes of break today. Will null capture any space? Yeah, it will capture. I will see that in a block scope class. There is a thing called as block scope. Okay, we'll do that in a scope session. Don't go in that part today. है ना? Dipanshu, am I clear with this? Is it okay, na? So till now, everyone is with me or not? Please answer. Please participate in the poll. आज आपको मजा आएगा क्योंकि प्रैक्टिकल थिंग हमने बहुत किए आज. ठीक है? So I usually go by this only. I'll focus more on practical. Why we are getting object output in type of when we use null value? Harsha, because null is a one kind of object. Now you cannot tell someone that why 20 divided by 2 is equals to 10. Why it's like that? Because it's like that only. You know, it's a logic, like it's a main fundamental things only, right? That is why null is also one kind of object in JavaScript. So there is no reason for that why it's object, but it's object. That is why it's giving you object thing. ठीक है हर्षा? है ना? Okay, so we'll take break now. Is that fine with you all? Like Shivam, I want to continue. Let's take a poll. If you guys don't want break, I would be more than happy. But if you want, I have to give you. Okay, so click on true if you want break, click on false if you don't want a break. Click on true if you want a break, click on false if you don't want a break. Okay, so there's a 55-45 percentage, so we'll take less break today. We'll back at 20, 12:20, exit 8 minutes of break. Okay, come back with no, drink water and come back. Okay, we'll come back at 12:20. Okay, cool. Go fast and come back. Class is still one. Go now for fast and come back because you right today you have very less break. Okay, we are back. Am I audible and visible? Am I audible, guys? Yes. Okay. Cool. ठीक है. So, okay. So now, yeah, we are just starting with this called React. Sorry, JavaScript. First, we'll go with the JavaScript in the flow, है ना? Then we quickly move on the Node.js, the Express.js, MySQL, and based on the use case, we'll do for the installation of different kind of classes. ठीक है? Uh, Pratyush, can you please tell me in which particular case you want me to go in that depth? Otherwise, I have gone, no, I've used the life example. This is ball, car, phone yesterday, cake. So you want me to explain some specific concept? If yes, I can do that. Okay, yeah, I'll do that. No worries, no worries, huh, Pratyush? I'll do that. Okay. So, yeah, yeah, I'll do that. Don't worry. So yeah, JavaScript, as we already seen that it's lightweight and based on ECMAScript standard, it is used to making a more dynamic websites. All right, and React.js for now, just ignore that. Will not use that. Okay, since we are learning the backend there. In the Node.js, Node.js is like open source and the cross-platform JavaScript runtime environment. Internally, it uses Chrome V8 engine. Okay, it uses Chrome V8 engine as its runtime environment, and this allows also web servers and networking tools to use the JavaScript thing. Okay. Now coming to the Express.js, Express.js is like if you have worked on any of other language such as C Sharp or Java, then we will use in the middleware. Like we will in the backend, we will use many things such as middlewares, okay, HTTP utilities, you know, and the authentication part, filters. So these kind of things we will implement. But Express.js is a library which already built in that, like which already have taken care of this. We just have to integrate our Express.js in our project, install our Node.js, and we are good to go. Okay? Those who don't know what is HTTP utilities and all will go in depth in that. Don't worry about this. For now, just understand that. And regarding the MySQL, like it's a relational database management system. What is RDBMS? What is NoSQL? We will look every in detail in the separate lecture, but internally it uses SQL as we have seen in the yesterday's lecture. Those who have missed the lecture, the yesterday and the Wednesday's lecture, I'll highly recommend please watch the recordings. Okay? Okay. Yeah, you will learn the symbol data type. Symbol data type. What do you mean by that? Anyway, so now those were the technologies. Like now we are focusing on the technologies that we are using. So we have to use a browser. We have to use the IDE. See, this is the ID. ID means individual development environment. You can there are many IDs in the market, but we will use VS Code. It is recommended. Why we use IDE for because IDE provides like many features such as debugging tools. So in the in the Node.js or any APIs, you have any error, IDE will indicate that. Other than that, you can also have the feature of autocomplete. Those are the features that we will have in if you use IDE. Okay? So right now we will use VS Code. I hope everyone have no install that. If not, I'll share link right now. You have entire day today. You have to use like you have to install each and everything which is mentioned here. I will share links also today. If you have any kind of difficulties of installing that or any kind of other doubts regarding this installation, you can connect me tomorrow for tomorrow's class. Tomorrow's class is entirely dedicated to doubt solving. You can ask me tomorrow. Otherwise, you can also ask to any TA available because you have entire day, today's day. Okay? So please try to install that. Then we have Git and Git Bash. So Git is like developed by Linux developer. Okay? So Git is developed for that. So I cannot emphasize on how important is Git. So Git is basically a source control and version control management system. Okay, it will track your versions. It will use for sharing your code. Right now, if you are in a college or if you are not familiar with that, you will not find it very useful. But I cannot stress enough how useful is Git and Git Bash. Okay, npm is like node package manager. Okay, so there are many packages that we will use in our system. Okay, so npm is for package management system. Using this we will install packages in our project. Okay, postman is used for api testing and api development. So don't right now, don't go in that part, what is api, what is no testing part. Will not go in that, but right now you can understand that postman is used in order to make apis and test apis. Okay, and MySQL Workbench. MySQL is like a database, but Workbench is database tool. Through this database tool, we can open connection, close connection. We can fire up queries if efficiently. So those kind of things we will do through the MySQL Workbench. All right. Tomorrow's timing would be 11 a.m. You Divya Karta, Divya Kanta, please don't use that. Use whatever like this technologies we have inherited, like we have integrated by thinking something else, right? So try to like first learn from these technologies, MySQL Workbench and this kind of tools, so that you will be more familiar. You know, after that you can use anything you want once you are familiar with this particular thing. Yeah, you have to use that. I'll share link. Don't worry. I'll share everything today. Okay. So we have seen that what is VS Code, Git and Git Bash, npm, Postman, and MySQL Workbench. Okay. So this JavaScript introduction we have done many times. You know, so we'll not go in that. We have just seen today. Like it's lightweight. It's used for making dynamic websites. It's for video streaming. Like if you want to interactive maps and integrate to like do this kind of things, you can use that. You know, Node.js is also known to us like it's open source. It's free to use. It's cross platform, and internally it uses v8 engine to run the code. you know okay, it allow like through the node.js you can also create web servers. है ना? And networking tools also. And you can also make develop the desktop applications by electron.js. This is also one kind of framework, electron.js. Through this you can also develop desktop applications. Right now we are developing web applications. है ना? And since JavaScript is front end and back end, like through the JavaScript in the front end you can learn React, in the back end you can learn Node. Through through the JavaScript only you can learn everything. So that is why development would be much faster. Instead of this, if you are using Python or Django or any kind of other thing, then it would be much difficult because you can just develop backend from that. Front end would be like at stake. है ना? Okay. Am I audible now? So cross-platform means what do you mean by this cross-platform? Cross-platform means irrespective of your machines capability or machines OS, your code would be run anywhere. Like if you are using Mac OS or you are using Windows or Linux, your code would be run anytime, anywhere. Okay. Okay. Web servers means see. I today only I explained you about this client server architecture, right? So this is your client, that means your front end. This is your front end, that means your client, your browser. This is nothing but your browser. From this browser you are making a request to your server. Your server is nothing but your waiter. Like if you are going to a restaurant, you will order something, your waiter will take the input from you, take the order from you. He will go and make something and serve to you, right? So that is what the server will do. Server will take the request, that means your order. It will take your order. It will process something, that means it will cook your order. And it will serve you the order, that means your response. This is called as a web server. That is a example of web server. So through the Node.js and through this also you can develop web servers. Okay. This is known as client server architecture. Please read about this. Client server architecture. Mohammed, you can yeah, like you can create Android and iOS applications by React Native. So this is a framework like a library of the JavaScript. So through the JavaScript you cannot, but you have to use some libraries for that. React Native also. Okay. And yeah, it's also easy to know, easy to use in single thread. JavaScript is single thread application. So this is an example of creating a server. We'll not go into that. By this you can create a server. So see, this much of like five from the 5 lines you are able to create your server. But if you compare to like any other conventional system, the lines of code are more, and it would be much complex. In JavaScript it's much easy. So JavaScript is basically focused on easy things, like easy process things. Okay. Yeah, API call, yeah, but many people would not understand by APIs. Okay. Cool. Okay. So these were the technologies that we have looked upon. Now these are the tools that we will use in our entire course. So first thing is like our VS Code. You know, I'll again share everything now. I'll share every bit of information now so that you can install that. Wait. So those who have not installed the VS Code, this is the link through which you can install the VS Code. We will use Node, Deepak. This course is basically Node.js in the backend, and Mongo, NoSQL, relational databases in the backend side. Yeah, you can run on Windows 7. I hope many of our like in our batch also there are many guys who have developed like who have installed in the from the Windows 7. Yes, you will learn about it. So install that in your no in your machine, about like install this VS Code in your machine. Okay, whether it's Windows, Linux, or Mac. Okay. Next thing is like bash, git bash, git or git bash. Okay, I'll share link of that as well. Git bash download. Using this you can download the git or git bash. Okay. And in that, in here also there are mentioned like steps are mentioned how to install in Windows, how to install in no the Linux and the Mac. Okay. After this git installation you can fire a command called as no I yesterday's also I have developed that. Wait a minute, I will share it with you. I'll share the command with you in copy and you can install that. Okay. After installation, try to run this command. You know, try to run this command so that you can configure your Git email ID into this. Okay. And after that, you can also try something like this, git config list, so that you can check whether it's configured or not. Yeah. I don't think so that would be much difficult for you. If you face any kind of difficulties, please uh, let me know. If you are using Mac, then you have to follow this link for installation. If you are using Mac, for Windows, there is no installation guide. You know, you can install by clicking next after download the setup file, and you can install your Git Bash in your system. Okay. For Node.js, for Node.js, I'll share again link with you. So this would be the link for the Node.js. Dipanshu, you are using Linux? Then I think so. Just a minute. This is wrong command. I'll share the correct command to you. Linux. Article, you can follow that. This is the article, you can follow Dipanshu. This is just for Dipanshu because uh, he has a Linux system, right? So let me give me a poll. Let me show you a poll. Click on A for if you are using the Windows. Click on B if you are using Mac. Click on C if you are using Linux, and D for anything else. So many of you guys are using Windows. 4% is just for Linux, 3% is Linux, and other than that 7% is Mac. So maximum majority is for Windows. Okay. Mohammed, I'm sharing, like I have shared things for Mac also. Let me share it again. Okay, so yes, so Mohammed, this is for you for Mac. Okay, and for Node.js, I have already shared. Okay, for Node.js, I have already shared this one. I have pinned in the chat. So you can check the Node version by firing this command node-v. Okay, cool. And one final thing that you want to install is Postman. Okay, I've shared the link in the chat. You can install Postman by this. And this is the link for the MySQL Workbench. You have to download the MySQL Workbench. So in the Git, I have shared the command. Let me share it again with you. The command is this. Replace the email ID with your own field. Yes, yes. Click on next, 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 Santosh. MySQL Workbench link for Linux. Okay. Let me just fetch it with you. MySQL Workbench. So I think you just have to go with the link, and you can install with the Linux. Like there are three versions mentioned for Mac, Windows, and Linux. You can download for Linux users. Postman is asking for creating Postman account. No, click on like just download. There's in below there is a link called as no just download for me. There's something. If you find that, please click on that. It's based on your system configuration, Mac, but you can go for 64-bit if it's possible. ठीक है. Okay, so try to install these softwares by tomorrow, है ना. So we'll start. No, it's not over yet. Try to install everything by tomorrow. This is just an installation guide. You can also follow this tutorial like this, this installation guide in the slides. MySQL Workbench for you are not finding the Mac version over there. MySQL Workbench for Mac. Yeah, you if you follow this link in this link you it will ask your operating system. Okay, so you can click on Mac over there or Linux over there. The same version would be download for you. Okay, follow this link. Node.js command version for check. I have already said node-v. Kindly show the Git setup. Okay, yeah, I'll show it. Just a minute. Huh? Okay, okay. So let me show you the Git setup. How can you do it? My screen is visible to you. So see, this is a setup of no Git. If you click on this, just click on yes, next, next, next every time. Next, next, next every time till the time you can install this Git. So this setup would be installed in that, and after that, you can open the Git here, Git GUI. So if you open this Git GUI, if you, it will open something like this, but you will end up something like this. Like this is the CMD thing. Okay. So here I have mentioned my email ID. I have configured my email ID. I have already shared the command it with you all guys in the chat section. Okay. Do that. You will do that by doing this. Node is not defined. Okay, the pi and Paul node is not defined. So I think so you have to add it in the environment variable. You are using Windows? Yes, exactly, Navneet. Okay, so you have to set up the environment variable for that. Let me share link with you. Yeah, yeah, let me show you. Let me show you. See, I'm sharing my screen. Okay, what you have to do, you have to just click on start. If you are using Windows, you have to click on the environment variable. Okay, write the environment variable here. It will open something like this. Click on this. Inside this there is a something called as environment variables here. Click on this. Here see, you have every path like I have mentioned for node.js. I have also mentioned for anything, everyone else, everything else, right? So you have to click on new. If this node is not there, you have to click on new and mention the path that you have. Inside this variable name you can enter anything like node.js or anything like that. Enter variable. Inside variable name you can enter your path, or you can browse directory for that as well where your node has been installed. Okay, it will set up your node environment variable, and then you can access that. It will not show error from then. If you have any if you face any kind of this kind of difficulties, try to get it sorted by ta today, or if something is left, let me know, we'll solve it tomorrow. ठीक है? Okay, Mac OS cannot verify that app is free from malware. It is showing like this. I'm unable to install Git or open it. Okay, so you have to enable the third-party software installation in your Mac. I guess so. What I understood from your question. Just search what like whichever error you are getting. Just search in your Google. Just Google it. If you cannot do it, just let me know or TA will help you out. Node.js, Postman, MySQL, Workbench, and the Git Bash are the downloads. Yeah, you have to download that. Okay. Yeah, Harsha, that's great. You have completed that. That's great. I will request everyone to complete that. All the parts. Okay. Okay. So that is pretty much it of it today for today. Okay. Except Postman config, everything is done. Postman would also be done. Like it's not no a most more difficult part. You can also install that. And yeah, in meanwhile, if you face any kind of error in terms of installation also, just try to first Google it. Still, if you cannot able to figure it out how to do it, ask in the group. Many of the guys would also help you, or else ask any of the TA. And then also you face any kind of difficulties, let me know. I'll more than happy to help you. Postman for Mac, Aishwarya, I have shared a link. I will share it again with you. Postman for Mac. Okay, let me share it with you. Aishwarya, follow this link, you will find it. Deepa, follow this link. I will pin it. I have pinned that. Follow this link. You can download the Postman. Okay, Dipanshu. So there are 6 softwares that we need to install. Let me share it with you. So the first one is the VS Code. Okay. VS Code, Node, Git Bash, MySQL Workbench, Postman. है ना? So you need to install this all. Okay. Node.js is installed, but no icon. It will show icon would be something similar to this. Let me show you. Icon would be similar to something like this node. This kind of things would be there. If it's not showing, then it's okay. You just have to mention like you just open the command prompt of the node, and you have to just see whether you can see the version of that or not. Npm, don't worry about npm. We'll install after the node in the VS Code itself. है ना? Okay, that's great, Harsha. Okay. So any question for today or from the yesterday's class? For tomorrow, it would be the entirely for doubt session, and from Monday we'll start actual programming. Okay, we'll see what kind of conditional statements are there, what things would be required in order to learn that, and we'll start actual coding. Today also we saw something practical thing. I hope you guys liked it. But from Monday itself, it would be like more practical thing, and then we would be more understanding the programming skills. Okay, right? What would be the type of dictionary? uh don't go in that part. Lick it. There's a dictionary is like advanced part, we'll learn that, don't worry. Error invalid key show in a git command. Try to google it. Navin, try to google it. If you still want to have get some help, ask in the group first. Second is for the TA, and third is if you don't find anything from google, from youtube, or from the group, then let me know, or from the TA. Okay, sir, 6 software name again. Okay, node, VS Code, Postman, MySQL Workbench, and Git Bash. These are the things that we need to install. Or else you can just follow this slide, है ना? I'll tell someone to list it down in the group, or those who have completed, please list it down in the group so that everyone can aware about it. है ना? Can anyone do that for me in the group? Please mention all the list of the softwares that we need. And if anyone needs some help, you know something, please help them. ठीक है? Okay. So today we learned a bit about JavaScript. We practiced that. We saw the logical arithmetic operators. Then we see a lot about the programming also, है ना? Then we saw about the installation of tools, and then actually we will start from tomorrow the doubt session, and from the Monday the actual coding actual course would be start. ठीक है? This is clear, everyone? ठीक है ना? So let's meet tomorrow at 11 a.m. We'll wrap up today. I hope you guys have liked it for today's class. ठीक है ना? I'm just creating a final poll. Let me know what's how much you have enjoyed. ठीक है? 4, 3, 2, 1. ठीक है? More than 89 or 90%, that would be fine with me. All right? ठीक है? Easy. Yeah, great. ठीक है? Yeah, have a nice weekend. We will not cover any specific topic. Yeah, we will solve the doubt for tomorrow. We'll not start with a new topic. We'll start with the from the Monday. For MySQL, we have to create account on Oracle. No, it's not necessary. In the if you see in the down, like in the middle of the part, there is see that no, I don't want to download. There's just install that. ठीक है? ठीक है? So we'll meet on tomorrow. We'll meet tomorrow at 11 a.m. ठीक है? All right. So goodbye. Have a nice day and great weekend. ठीक है? Yeah. Same to you. ठीक है? Bye.